root away. Fun today takes the deep root away. Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling, shake it up Saturday. It's that day of the week where we try new things. I'm going to put it that way, try new things. Some people don't like stepping outside their comfort zone, so we're just going to try new things instead. How does that sound with you? I've just realized that one thing I need to add to my to-do list when I'm getting ready for a broadcast is make sure the internet is on. I'm like sitting here and I'm like pressing the button and it's sort of like, we can't connect, please try again. Like, what the heck? And then I look up and there's a little gray thing and there's this little box sitting there and there's no little blinking. There's no little blinking. Where is it? It does have a little blinking light here. So there it is. There was no little blinking light blinking at me. And I thought, oh yeah, I gotta turn that on. So here we are. You know, nothing goes perfect. It shouldn't. It challenges us. It doesn't matter how big or small, it challenges us. So I've got to be really quick because I'm going to be online in 5 minutes for Mastermind Day. Yay! Oh my gosh, I am super excited about today. I know I get a little enthusiasm. I have no enthusiasm for Mastermind at all. So what is something new you are going to be trying today? You know, we're trying new things on Saturday. So what is something new you are going to be trying today? Let us know in the comments below so we can cheer you on. I love it when people go out and try new things. And the tell your story. The tell your story question of the day. It's a good one. I like this one because I was sitting there thinking, oh, what did we used to do? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I had to do that and that. And then I got to, yep. So, these questions are also helping me write down things for my story as well, because every time I bring up these questions, I'm sort of like, oh, now I've got to figure out a story to tell with it so that I am sharing my story and not just telling people you have to tell your story and not sharing. So I'm thinking that's not right to be telling people, you know, you should be telling your story and then not doing it yourself. So our question today is, how did you and your family spend your weekends? So what were some of the things you used to do growing up on weekends? In our house, Saturday was like housekeeping day. It was like Saturday morning, we had our chores to do. We had to clean our rooms, we had to dust. When we got older, we had to dust and vacuum our rooms, clean them, dust them, vacuum them. Later years, I was mowing lawns on Saturday, which I absolutely hated. And then there was helping clean the house. As we got older, we got more chores added to our list on things. It's basically, the one thing I like about chores is it teaches kids how a house is run in a way, and it teaches you how to take care of a house. You know, if your chore is washing the dishes, you're going to have to do that eventually anyway, so why not start young, and then it's like second nature to you. You know, ours was, I had to clean the bathrooms. It's probably why I hate cleaning bathrooms, because that was my chore at one point, was having to clean the bathrooms. And cleaning the bathrooms in our house was not just going in there with the cleaner and the toilet bowl brush and cleaning and the spray cleaner and cleaning around the outside of the toilet and then washing all the floor and everything else. No, I had to take the toilet seats off. And this when I was a teenager, go out into the garage where the laundry was and the tub, and I had to put them in the tub and wash them, both sides of the toilet seat, the lid, the seat, wash them both sides. Then I had to go back and clean the toilet before I could put the toilet seats back on. This is probably why I hate cleaning bathrooms. So that was one of my chores that I had to do. The other one was mowing the lawns. Actually, mowing the lawns wasn't too bad. It just sort of like, why do I have to do it? Why can't my brothers do it? Well, they're not old enough. So like, well, Craig's only 2.5 years younger than me. And the lawnmower was self-directed. You would hold the handle and it basically you just directed it and it just rolled itself. So I was trying to figure out ways you could do remote mower. But yeah. So thankfully I didn't have to do the hill. Yes, that was Dad's job. He did the hill because it was way too dangerous. It was a steep hill. And so he would go up there and mow the hill and that sort of stuff. Which I was thankful for, that I didn't have to tackle that, because I really probably would, yeah. So, you know, we had our chores to do, and then also on weekends too, especially, well, I remember a lot of my teenage years better for weekends. I'm going to have to start working on the younger the younger things that we used to do. Oh, Saturday mornings. At one point, I used to go to gymnastics. That's right. I used to, when we were living in Fielding, I would go to gymnastics on Saturday mornings, have gym class. And I enjoyed that. It's what led me. And then later on, I realized at the age of 13, just before I turned 13, I realized that, I'm not going to be a gymnast. I'm not going to get to do a lot of stuff. I'm just going to stay basic, but I can teach this stuff. And so I went up to the head coach, whose name also was Helen. And I said to her, I said, I don't want to. And I said, I'm quitting the club. And this when I was just before I turned 13. I said, I'm quitting the club. I said, well, I'm never going to be a gymnast. And she says, well, can you do me a favor? I said, what's that? She says, can you go over there and help those parents who are spotting the kids? And this is what they need to learn tonight. And I went, okay, I can go do that. And that was the start of my coaching gymnastics career of 10 years. So, you never know what's going to happen. But, and those were on Tuesday nights. Yeah, Tuesday nights, those gym classes were Tuesday nights. And eventually that led me to becoming the head coach of the club by the time I was 16. Then I had to train up a new head coach because I left the following year to go into the Air Force. It was, lots of cool stuff. But we kids were up when we were living in Taranaki, we used to go climbing the mountain. And it would be, if we could see the mountain, we were going up. Mount Taranaki is very finicky with her weather. She will sit there, be absolutely gorgeous day, blue skies everywhere, and you look up at the mountain and it's shrouded in cloud. And then other days you would look up at the mountain and be crystal clear up there. And on those Sunday mornings, I was like, that means we're going up the mountain after church. Great. So we would go off to church. Mum would pack up a picnic lunch and everything else. We put all of our hiking gear into the car. We actually had a minivan at that point. Put everything into the van, and then we'd go off, have church, and then we would get in the van and drive up the mountain to the visitor center and go walk one of the trails up there. And we'd get changed before we did that into our hiking gear, and we had our hiking boots and our wool socks and our hiking shorts and shirts, and we also had the backpacks because the weather up there on Taranaki can change like that. You can be beautiful blue skies and sunshine, and within 5 minutes it can be snowing. The weather changed that fast, and a lot of climbers got caught out on that. Oh, it's a great day, we'll go up there. But they wouldn't take any wet weather gear with them. They wouldn't take any warm gear with them. Surviving on the mountain is very different. It was a very different thing that we learned very young, because my middle school class was the very first school class in the whole of Taranaki to actually go and do our camping trip up on the mountain. We got rained out the first night, flooded out the first night, went up on a Tuesday, got flooded out, came back. Wednesday we were at school drying everything else. Thursday we were back up there on the mountain again. It was all over the news. Back up there on the mountain again, and we spent a night, did some orientation and spent the night on the mountain, and then hiked back out the next day. So it was a blast. But we used to spend our weekends as a family on Sundays, some Sundays walking around the trails on the mountain. And even though us kids bitched and moaned like crap, it must have driven our parents nuts, because why do we have to go up the mountain, and we don't want to go up the mountain. Yeah, once we got up there and we hit those trails, we had a blast. Though we didn't really want to let on to the parents. Typical kid stuff. So what was some of the stuff that you get used to do on weekends when you were growing up, and what that you and your family would do? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to write it down as part of your story. I'm out of here. I got to go, so we'll catch you guys back here this evening at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And what are we up to? Oh, yeah, have a super fantastic sparkly Shake It Up Saturday, and we'll catch you at 6 p.m. Pacific tonight for our recap of the day for part 2. Have a super fantastic sparkling day. Hey, konera.